Hey guys, welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect. Today we're going to be learning how lasers are born, and we're also going to dive into some mystical agriculture. So I hope you guys are ready. Today we're going to start off with our quarry. Now I mentioned that these quarries are great and all, but we have to wait till these upgrade to tier 2 before they even become useful to me at the moment. Because there's not much these guys are going to be doing besides, gathering a bunch of resources that I'm not already doing. So like these resources right here, I'm pretty much gathering most of them. It makes Thaumcraft a little bit easier, but this right here, the iridium crystal, we are just kind of waiting for enough of those. And that's going to take a little bit of time. So in between that, let's go ahead and worry about another type of quarry. And this one's another virtual quarry, but this one's actually really simple to set up and is really cheap, to be honest. When I say cheap, it's cheap on power, right? This thing only requires like 400 RF a tick. That's like 100 RF a tick per, what are they called? What are they called? Lasers? I think it's lasers, yeah. So industrial foregoing is what we need. And we need the laser base. So here's the laser base. This is going to be the first machine we need to make. And then we need to make the laser drills. So this is going to require some diamonds. I think the laser drills also require a bunch of diamonds, so we need to keep that in mind. So at least for this, we need 1, 2, right? That's for our first one. Then we need 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 more. So 10 diamond gears in total. Our laser base is also going to need some gold gears. 2 of those. And then we'll need some glowstone for the middle piece. So this is our laser base. This is the base. This is basically where all the lasers... All 4 lasers are going to concentrate their beam into one source, and it's going to be through this. And then on this side, we still need glowstone. So we're going to need 4 glowstone for this. I'm going to go over here and actually grab some glowstone that we've generated, which is really nice because we generate glowstone this way. I think it's over here. It's like considered an ore. So yeah, there's our glowstone. Okay, so that's going to be enough glowstone. And let's go ahead and take a look. The rest is glass. And then we need these white laser lenses. And I believe it has to be white. So we're going to need to make some white stained glass. That's simple enough, right? And then we're going to go ahead and make that into its stained glass pane counterparts. And that should leave us with enough to make all of this stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and use the machine frame since I did make a bunch of those prior. Let's go ahead and make the lenses. I'm going to have 4 of them, remember? And if you remember last episode, we got pink slime through this method, right? So we got tons of pink slime. And if we need more, we can just toggle it on anytime we want more. But for right now, we should be pretty much ready to go. So let's go ahead and select the right one. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 of the laser drills, and we need a laser base. Right? That should be easy. We have all that stuff, and there we go. Awesome. So this is pretty much the setup. Right? This is the setup that we need. Now, I don't know if these place in a certain direction. I think these have to be placed this way. I think we might be able to use a wrench to rotate them, but I'm going to go ahead and put them into this room. Right here is where the base is going to go. These guys definitely need to be rotated, so let's get a hammer, and we'll just rotate them. So that looks like it's almost rotated. There we go. You should see the laser going in whenever it's done. Just like that. And last but not least, this one. So, there we go. This is the old school lasers from Mine Factory Reloaded, I think was the name of the mod. Before Industrial Foregoing is now what has taken over that. But this is what it looks like. Now, the only thing we have to do is power these side lasers. To do that, I'm going to go ahead and get some conduit. Now, I have a couple of conduits here. I think I need more than that. I think these can be powered from the bottom as well. So what I might do is just go ahead and power them all from the bottom. I think that will look a lot nicer as if we did that. Should be pretty simple to do. This right here doesn't really matter if there's a block in the way because it doesn't care. Unlike those where you have to mine bedrock, this one doesn't have to see bedrock in order for it to work. Right? So we can take a power cube. And we should be able to use a power cube for this. Let's search here. We'll go ahead and make another power cell. Perfect. And last but not least, we'll just complete the power cell. And then we're also going to make some conduit. I think it was the higher tier, but we don't really need the higher tier technically. But I am going to make some. And then I can just place this down. Let's also get one of these, because we need to make sure these are all linked together. We'll just pop down. Since this is now on our power source, we should have plenty of power to spare. And we're just going to hook that right in. We should be able to place this down, make sure this is set to out, put the card in to have it linked. It's set to output energy to all sides. This will be hooked up. And all we need to do now is get some conduit facades. Honestly, wish there was more of those. Do we not have enough of that? Yeah, we should have plenty. There we go. I'll just cook some of this up. Yeah, we're gonna want this because I want to paint it. Put that to furnace mode. That'll get cooking, and then we're gonna need to paint these. And these are already ready to be painted. Look, we already have the dark oak planks in there. Perfect. Let's grab this. We'll go ahead and make our facade. And I think we need, what, 4 of those? 4 of them all together, yeah. And the rest we'll just close in. So this is going to look a little bit like this. We're going to place that there. This there. Bam and bam. The rest we can fill in. And if everything's working out, look at that. We should already be seeing that we're getting some items out. Now, right here is our laser drill depth. You can specify drill depths, and you can potentially have a better chance of finding the ore that you're wanting. So in our case, I really want to find the prosperity ore. So in the laser, it tells us our Y is between 0 and 255. So we don't have to specify anything, but it does tell us if we use blue laser lenses, we have a higher chance of getting prosperity shards, or prosperity ores. And that's what we're really searching for. That's what I really need, because right now we have none. So in order to get that, a higher chance, all we got to do is fill this area here with those blue lenses. So to make blue lenses, let's go ahead and take a look at this again. So that way we make the ones, and this is light blue. So yeah, it's light blue that it's actually wanting, not your standard blue. So let's just make some light blue dye. And unfortunately we can't dye normal glass, but I think, yeah, we have enough glass that we can go ahead and dye a few of these. And we only need 6, so we don't need too many. Honestly, yeah, I was gonna say, honestly, we already have the glass because of our farm we made. What am I doing? Oh yeah, we can totally make this. Let's go ahead and just make it. So there's 6. I think 6 is the slots, yeah. So we just fill this with the 6 laser lens slots. These don't have laser lens slots, but they do have room, I think, for speed upgrades. And I think these speed upgrades will actually work in here. So it may seem weird, but Industrial Foregoing does have speed upgrades. Let's see. It's through the mod Tesla, but I'm pretty sure they're still in here. Let's see. Here we go, at Tesla. So Tesla Core does have these speed upgrades that we should be able to make, given that we have enough paper. I always run out of paper. All right, so some gold gears, and these are also tiered. So you have to put the speed upgrade in before you can put the speed upgrade 2 in. So let's go ahead and make a couple of those. I want to just see if this works. Will the speed 1 go in here? It does. Will it increase the speed? I don't know. That's what we're gonna test. So I'm going to go ahead and make enough for each one. So that'll be 3 more. And we're going to see, does that increase the work? That I don't know. I don't know how slow it was going before. I would assume that it'd be a bit slower. Since this is the only way we can upgrade the speed of these machines. I hope it works. If not, you know, oh well. Now, these are going to get a little bit more expensive, as we need the base. And it's just going to be 4 diamonds. Or, no, it's going to be more than that. It's going to be diamond gears. Eight of them. If this doesn't work, of course, we can use the speed upgrades on other machines. That does seem like it's potentially going faster. And you can see, I don't know, I can't say that that is changing the work pace of this machine. But anyways, we should, well, of course, diamond. I think even diamond gives that a higher chance with these lenses. But what we're going to need to do is go ahead and get ourselves a drawer, or not a drawer, a storage crate and a conduit. Very simple. Even though I think we have to specify the slots here. This slot, I'm going to make sure that's set to nothing can pull it out. And on the other one, we'll leave it so that way everything can be pulled out of it. And we'll just place it like so. And we'll get our item conduit, and then we'll just route the items out. Always active, and insert. And there we go. We should start seeing ore popping out of here. And that's pretty much it. You just let it roll. This is going to start producing ores for us. Oops, I did not mean to turn that on. There's our pink slime, by the way. What? I got all kinds of goodies going all over the place. Yeah, pink slime. Oh yeah, we got it for days. No big deal. we got so much. So after about 30 minutes or so, I wanted to come back and check and see how this is doing. Oh wow, look at that. There's 7 prosperity ore in here. That is wonderful because that's exactly what I need. So this thing is actually pumping out prosperity ore pretty quickly, which is really good because we need quite a bit of it. And the reason I need this is because we're going to be getting into mystical agriculture. I think mystical agriculture is going to be a great mod to jump into, mainly because it's going to be like our main source of resource generation throughout the rest of the pack. Because it's like our only main means of like automating certain resources. So it's going to be a wonderful tool for us to have. Now, let's go out here and look at our farm. So currently, this thing has produced a ton of essence. I went ahead and upgraded these with a emerald storage upgrade, or the increased storage upgrade by 9 times the base value. And that's the one I used. So I should be able to take a bunch of this and just sort of spam it in there, just to kind of get it out of here. We have way too much built up in this that I want to give this some room to get out. And this should allow us to do that. So I want to actually move the storage to here. I want to start routing the essence over here because this essence, we're going to start building up a bunch of it. So let's go ahead and start using our prosperity shards to upgrade our inferium seeds. So when it comes to inferium seeds, I think there are 5 different tiers of inferium seeds. So you have inferium tier 1, then tier 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. The tiers don't really increase what type of inferium you're getting, or they don't. There's not really seeds that are going to give you, let's say, inferium, right? So you're going to have, or not going to give you perdentium. So what this does is this is going to just give you like one. The base seed is going to give you 1 essence per farming. The tier 2 is going to give you 2, 3, 4, so on and so on. So we can just basically double and triple and just quadruple our output of inferium essence, and that's going to be the base craft for all of these things. So let's go ahead and just start working on that, because we're going to run into some issues as we do that. So to upgrade our seeds to tier 2, we're going to first need our seeds, but then we're going to need the Prudentium. And we're going to be like, how do we get that? Well, we take a look and we're going to notice, oh no, Mystical Agriculture tiered crystals is in this pack. And that's going to make it a little bit more difficult to tier up our stuff, because to get to a Master Infusion Crystal, it takes a lot of Inferium Essence to get there. And it's going to take a lot of time, which is fine with me. I have plenty of time to be able to work on this. So the first thing we're going to do is make an Inferium Crystal. This only has 256 uses. And we're going to go through that pretty quick. So that's why we need these Prosperity Shards. As you can see, that's one of the things that is required. So then we're going to use this, and we're going to take some of this essence here, and we're going to just craft with it. So this is going to go here, and then we're going to have this surrounding it, and this is going to upgrade that into 1, right? And unfortunately, we can't use this method to craft. This thing does not recognize this, and so it will not work this way. We have to use a regular crafting table. It's going to be a little bit easier later on once we get into, which I'm planning on doing next episode, is getting into better methods of doing this. But as you can see, that gets us like 31, but we've used up a lot of our crafts. So in reality, we're only going to be able, I don't know where this guy come from. We're only going to be able to create, right? As much as this thing says there's uses. So where there's 225, we can only make 225 more of the Prudentium essence, which, I mean, in our case is going to be fine, because that's what we're going to be using to upgrade our seeds. So let's go ahead and get a crafting table. Just going to go ahead and make a crafting table real quick. And then we'll throw this in here. Perfect. So right out here, we can just go ahead and place a crafting table, because I know we're going to need it. So there we go. And keep in mind, we don't need to worry about this. All right, so we're going to be upgrading our seeds. Let's go ahead and take 1 seed. I'm going to upgrade this. We're going to surround. This is the first thing we need to do. And this is going to be a tier 2. So what should happen is when this thing fully grows, it should produce like 2 Inferium instead of just giving us 1 Inferium per harvest. And I want to do that to pretty much all of the seeds. At least that we can. So I'm going to start working. I can kind of see if it's tier 2 when I hover over it. So I have a lot of work ahead of me. So I'll see you guys in a bit. So I got all of the tier 2 seeds planted and ready to go. So like I said, these guys we have none on us. And if we harvest this, we get 2. So you can see, instead of getting 1, we've basically doubled the amount that we get whenever we harvest this. So it's wonderful and everything, right? That's great. But we want to sort of move into a little bit of Mystical Agriculture. And I want this farm to be our base farm that we're going to be using some things or making some of the essences from. So when we look at that, when we take a look at Mystical Agriculture, we want to start looking at some of the tier 1 base seeds that we should probably have at this point, such as like dirt seeds, nature seeds, wood seeds, water seeds, ice seeds, and so on. We want all the tier 1 seeds that we can get that are not, of course, mob seeds. We can't really get mob seeds yet. That's going to be something we have to work towards later on. But for the most part, we should be able to get all the tier 1 seeds. I don't know if we can search tier 1. Doesn't seem like we can. Maybe we can. No, these are all, this has nothing to do with it. So most of the ones that we're going to be wanting are tier 1, which is, the reason they're tier 1 is because they're probably going to use Inferium Essence. Now we can start working towards getting some of the tier 2, because that uses Inferium. But you see, we're going to need these crafting seeds. That's where the crafting seeds are going to get a little bit harder to do, because it's going to require more of the prosperity shards that we don't have too much of. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. Stone seeds. Let's go ahead and make those first. I feel like those are probably the best, and fire and water seeds are going to be the next 2 things that I would love to get. Honestly, fire and water seeds should be the thing that we go for right now, as these provide us with lava and water in our buckets, so we don't have to worry about it. So let's go ahead and make a water seed, actually. Let's make some buckets, right? So, the water seed It's going to require 4 buckets. And you can see that it actually gives you what the recipes are used for. And we'll just kind of fill this up. But we still have to make our crafting seeds. So there's 4, right? We need to make the crafting seed. So the base crafting seed is going to be a seed and prosperity shards. And like I said, prosperity shards are not cheap. At least not yet. And then we also need to add that with Inferium. Pretty simple. Now we have a tier 1. And then we go ahead and complete this craft. And that's just going to give us 1 singular seed. That is going to be our water seed. So I'm going to go ahead and place that here. Take in the place of this Inferium seed. We can't really do anything with this seed just yet. So I'm just going to keep it for right now. But yeah, that should start generating some more essence that's going to start building up in here. All right, next on our list that we can do, I want to make the lava seed. And I'm pretty sure this is going to require 4 buckets of lava, which that's going to be a little bit easier to get than you might think. So let's go ahead and make our base crafting seed. And then we're going to need to upgrade this to the next tier. But we got to keep in mind this tier 2 is going to require Perdentium, so we need to upgrade that to a tier 2 as well. So now this is at a tier 2 crafting seed. Let's go ahead and upgrade that to our fire seed. To do that, I'm going to need some buckets of lava. Oh yeah. And I'll just grab that from here. So that should be pretty simple, right? We can go ahead and make our fire seed. And there we go. So a fire seed and a water seed is going to be something that's going to be very helpful to us when it comes to, I don't know, making things like water and lava buckets, because this allows you to do so. This allows you to make that. So eventually these are going to grow, they're going to build up, and they're going to start producing those essences, and we're going to be able to use them. So some other useful things that you may want to start making. Coal seeds are great, right? Coal seeds are wonderful. Dye seeds are wonderful if you don't already have the like magic beans that we ended up having, because dye seeds allow you to make any dye. This is very helpful for like black dye and things like that. Redstone seeds are always wonderful. Glowstone seeds are always amazing, and quartz seeds are great. Those are great things for early game. I'm also probably going to make myself some nature seeds. The reason is because nature seeds, they produce, should show you what they produce. They produce nature essence, and nature essence can be used to make all kinds of different things. Look at this. Look at how many different things you can make with nature essence. It's just absolutely amazing. There's like cocoa beans, there's lily pads, the game, there we go, the grass. I mean, you can make all the different saplings. I mean, it's pretty crazy. You can even make chorus fruit later on when you start combining some of these essences. So there's just a few essences I need to make, and I'll go ahead and do that off camera. You guys don't have to see that. And then I'll let you know which ones that we made. So there is something that I could do. I went ahead and made these seeds, right? And I'm starting to get a little bit of essence from them, but not much, right? And you can kind of see the ones that I'm producing. So we have the water, fire, nature essence, dirt. Pretty much all the tier 1 seeds are ready to go. I want to speed these guys up, and the only way to do that is to take some of this Inferium essence, and I mean quite a bit of it actually, turn it into blocks, and we're going to use this to make ourselves some growth accelerators. So growth accelerators in this mod, if you place this under the dirt that they are setting on, they'll actually grow faster. And I believe the more of these that are underneath it, the faster they'll grow. And this is just built in within Mystical Agriculture. Now I don't remember, but let's see. I don't know if there's any other like type growth accelerators that is in this pack. That I know of. But these are definitely going to be functional for us. So I should have a couple diamonds. If not, I can easily get a bunch of diamonds. We do have several diamonds in here. For one, let's see, there's literally almost a whole stack of diamonds, which is super cool. Because these we can just smash with a hammer, and the hammer has Fortune 3 on it. So that should work, right? So we'll smash them with some Fortune 3. There's bound to be quite a bit of diamonds here. This is quite a lot. Look at that. There's 6. We should get over a stack. Should be over a stack of diamonds. And it is. Look at that. Almost 2 stacks of diamonds. Wow. So that almost doubled the amount we had. So let's go ahead and make some of these. It's just going to require some diamonds and stone. So I'm going to make a few of them. Well, 32 of them would be like a decent amount. 32 diamonds used up for these. I think it's well worth it though to speed these crops up. Because if we can do that, then we'll be way better off. Right. So we probably need to go down one more. And this is where we need to be underneath. Now, we should be able to see where it says farmland. That's what we want to look for. But these are the main row that we have right here. So farmland. And we'll kind of map out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from the center. 1, 2, 3. And this will be 1, 2, 3. Just like that. And then our water is going to come right there. Okay. So we know where that spot's at. And this is pretty much a 9x9, so that should be pretty simple for us to be able to see. And same for this side. 2, 3. Alright. So, underneath here, we can place these things. And then I want to remove them in the places like in the very far corner. We don't need them there. We don't need them directly in the center because we have our other accelerators that are there that are helping. At least I think they're helping. I don't actually know how well they're helping. And then the other 2 I know we have directly here. So I'm going to fill those. And I'm just going to place 2 underneath. These should help these grow a lot faster. Well, I mean, if I don't break the crops. Let's grab the diamond hoe that we have. Place this back. So yeah, these should grow, I believe. I don't know if there's a tooltip for them, but I believe if you place them underneath each other, the more that's underneath it, the faster they will grow. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. And then for now, I'll just fill in the rest. There we go. That's going to have to work for now. And then I can just fill the rest in. We are going to need torches. Just make sure there's no mob spawning. And there we go. So, the more we get of this later on, the faster these things will grow, and hopefully we'll gather up more essence. Even this fertilized essence is really nice, but, you know, until we get like an acceleration wand or something like that, which the acceleration wand is really difficult to get, by the way. Big crafting rabbit hole is what that thing is. So, this is what we're going to have to deal with for now. And it shouldn't be too bad. So I think all in all, we got quite a bit done, and we are now getting some essence, and we're getting it quite fast. So anyways, guys, I think in the next few episodes, of course, in the next episode, we have a time lapse, but in the next few episodes, we're going to be diving into even more mystical agriculture stuff. We're going to dive into pretty much automating most of the crops. We might do that in a different dimension. I'm still debating on how we're going to do this because this can cause a little bit of lag when you have a lot of these crops going on. But so far, it's looking pretty good. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, don't forget to click that subscribe button if you haven't already. And also give this video, guys, the biggest thumbs up you've ever given a video. I'd really appreciate it, guys. You have been absolutely amazing. I'll see you in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.